Samira, Panah and Roger Sherwood, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have Cisco in the Connected Media IP studio.
Thank you.
You're a real stalwart, of course, of this really fast-growing part of NAB show.
Yeah.
What are you showcasing in 2017?
So we're really, we're building on what we announced last year. We announced the Cisco Media Blueprint, a set of solutions specifically designed for this industry. We market, sell specifically to this industry with these solutions. The big story this year is momentum, right? We launched last year. We didn't quite know how this was going to be taken. We've seen, had an amazing response from our customers in terms of IP, virtualization, security. We found ourselves in an amazing sweet spot in terms of what our customers want to buy from us and what they want to do with us.
Yeah, and I think just carrying on the momentum thread, I think it's been really interesting to see our customers come to us and not only adopt the solutions, but challenge us to go even further. So one of the unique positions that Cisco is in is that we're able to produce solutions that are capable of moving into a production environment all the way through the distribution of the content. So we have a unique purview of the entire work stream. So some of our customers have been coming to us and really challenging us to see what we can do to move forward in an even more expeditious fashion. So there's been a lot of dialogue around co-development and things around that, which has been really amazing to see.
And we're announcing, we've got new partnerships. We've had an ecosystem in the Blueprint for 2 years. This year we've knocked down one of the big ones with Evertz, right? So Evertz and Cisco started working about 3 months ago. We've built a full solution on our booth. Combined with them, it's a best of breed solution. Just a fabulous thing to talk about in the industry. Evertz have been around for 50, 60 years. We're relatively new into this broadcast space, but the two of us coming together to produce a real best-of-breed solution is a great story, I think, for the industry.
So it's really exciting times at Cisco, isn't it? In this very dynamic, fast-paced, fast-moving industry.
Absolutely. Yep.
Really interesting to hear that your customers are actually challenging you and giving you some pause and thinking, right, where can we take this? So what's coming up? What's next for Cisco?
Well, I think it's been really interesting. There's the office of our CTO has taglined a phrase which I love, which is "shift happens," which is really speaking to this shift in the industry and how disruptive it can be. And there are certainly customers who are embracing it and leaning in, like the ones that I just mentioned, and others who may be a little bit more cautious as they enter for some very obvious reasons. So I think in terms of what we're looking at moving forward, again, towards those customers who are leaning in with us, is what we can now accomplish with the insertion of IP. So one of the things that I'm really excited about that we're showcasing in the booth is this notion of a converged head end, where we no longer have disparate infrastructure utilized for satellite distribution and AVR. The ability to have a universal encoding structure that's doing it all, and then having an IRD out in our affiliate sites that are capable of being able to take satellite feeds, but also make that transition to IP. So if you go back to that announcement that Roger was just mentioning around Evertz, that's in the production space. So as we start to insert IP in production, and now we're looking at being able to also digitize the affiliate sites, I mean, that opens up a tremendous opportunity, not only for Cisco and Evertz and other vendors, but for our customers who are capable of recouping tremendous amount of cost savings, right, by being able to make that migration away from satellite and SDI.
And the position we sit is, we now have customers coming to us saying, help, right? I'm a broadcast engineer. I've got 30 years experience in the industry, in video. I'm the best in class in video, but I don't know IP, I don't know IT, I don't know these new technologies.
So there's quite a lot around education there.
And that's just what I was getting onto. It's exactly that. So it's yes, we have solutions as well, but we're there to educate, right? We're there to help bring the industry forward, and frankly, help bring the broadcast team up to speed with IT, with IP. They're not going to be replaced by IT guys. They've got, again, specific video knowledge that is absolutely essential to the running of these operations. But if we can educate them, if we can transition them slowly but surely into IP, that's a huge win for everybody here.
And on that same notion of education, so Cisco hosts an annual conference called Cisco Live every year. It's going to actually be right here in Vegas in June. It's a 20,000 person engineering conference, one of the biggest of the industry, and this year we're rolling out a dedicated media track. So it really helps to educate our customers who are looking to make that transition and really need a very defined track to help them get there and make that connection to the other side.
Yeah.
And where do you see Cisco being in, say, 10 years' time?
So that's like a century in tech.
Okay, so let's bring it back then. 5 years. 5 years.
5 years. Great question. I think in this industry, look, I got to make the prediction because I'm driving the strategy within Cisco. This thing is IP.
Yes.
This thing looks like an IT. This thing looks like IT does today. It's all IP. It's all virtualized. People are able to work remotely from their home, from an island, from another office, on the content and the video that's being, shot in a football stadium or a soccer stadium. You're able to have a remote workforce, whereas before you would have to send a whole crew to get that content right. I think.
So you're facilitating a major culture change as well.
Huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely huge. It's not just the technical and business side. There will be a massive shift there as well. So I think in 5 years' time, the industry is at that point. The other side of it is the connected device side. One of the other things we have, the other logos this week is, every screen is a TV. Everything that is a screen is capable of rendering some form of video, whether it's immersive, AR, VR, OTT, Netflix, whatever the provider is. I don't want to make any predictions about where that lands, but I guarantee there will be just billions and billions of these screens that will be consuming video of some form. Just massive scale that we haven't even begun to touch yet.
Yeah, and I think that really speaks to the democratization of production and distribution, and we're at the forefront of that. So I think to Raj's point, like within the next 5 years, there's going to really be a new level of storytelling by individuals and companies that may not have traditionally done that, because we're facilitating this transition and making it easy for everybody to get involved versus the big five.
Right. The bar to getting content out there will be so much lower. I mean, that's a natural output of when you move to an IP infrastructure. You're no longer hampered by legacy technology. So just like we have, YouTube where you're able, and Facebook Live, you're able to just stream. It will be the same in the premium content world. So the barrier to entry for actually getting the content onto the network and to consumers is going to be significantly lower. And then who knows.
Yeah, and I think just last comment there would be around what's going to come down the pipe that we don't yet know, right? VR, AR, machine learning, how is that going to impact this industry? I don't know. I don't think we know at this point.
Nope.
But I think we're definitely leaning in as a company in that direction as well to see what we could do to align to our customers to make that transition and see where we go.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. It's great to have thought leaders in the studio and people who are really driving this industry and taking on board what customers are saying and then turning that into something new.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
Thank you.
Come back and talk to us again next year.
Absolutely. We'll be
brilliant.
here.
Have a great year. Have a great show. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.